All right, Jessica, thanks for coming back. So last time we were talking about something that you're a little bit conflicted about. You want to talk a little bit about that today?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about how I think I might want to go back to school for a new career, and I'm not really sure if I want to or I don't want to.
Okay.
And I've been thinking about that.
I can definitely see why that would be a little bit conflicting. So when you talk about feeling conflicted about this, what sort of emotions come up with that?
Well, kind of scared.
So some
fear.
Okay.
Because it's a new experience.
Sure.
And a lot of unknowns.
Okay. Yeah.
But also excitement because it's a lot of unknowns.
A lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely some conflict there where it's kind of scary but exciting at the same time. Yeah, I definitely get that. Well, what are some? What do you think might be some benefits of going back to school?
Well, I could do something I really want to do.
Okay.
I could have more like stable kind of career-like thing instead of like a job type thing.
Okay.
Like
so career versus job.
Right.
Okay.
I would just really like it. It's like vet tech stuff. So I'd get to work with animals.
Right.
I love animals. So.
Okay. But on the other side, there's going to be some disadvantages or some downsides.
Right.
Have you thought about those?
Yeah. Like the only school we have here that's close is in BB. And
how far away is? I don't know.
It's past Conway, but not going to Little Rock. Going the other like just keep going through Conway that way.
Okay.
And so it'd be like an hour and a half drive there.
Okay.
And then back, and it's a 5-day-a-week program.
Yeah.
So it would be a lot of commitment and sacrifice when it comes to time wise. It would pretty much be just that for 2 years. And so there's the drive, and then there's like not being able to do everything I already do because of the time, like get stuff at home done or hang out with my friends or spend time with the animals I have. Take care of their stuff that's going on.
Okay. So you've got some pretty serious downsides there. It sounds like, where if you go into this, you'll have to give up a lot of free time and stuff that you're kind of already used to. So it sounds like it would be a brand new sort of experience.
Yeah.
So do you think that might be where some of the fear is coming from?
Oh, absolutely. Like everything would change.
Sure. But what do you think would happen long term if you went through this?
Long term, I would probably be happy because the 2 years is going to pass anyway. But
now I think last time you mentioned that your husband works weekends.
Yes.
So how would that play into all of this?
Literally never see him. That's
like
a good point.
2 ships passing in the night.
Because I would be gone in the week and he would be gone on the weekends.
Right.
Yes.
But if it's sort of on the way to where he works, would that?
Yeah, that's true.
So again, another.
Just go there and like stay up there.
Okay.
And see him then.
So we have another pro and con at the same time.
True.
Okay.
Kind of does both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you, what kind of brought this on? Like what?
Well, it's just kind of something I've always wanted to do, and getting kind of older and kind of thinking about like, what do I want to do with my life kind of things.
Yeah.
And the possibilities are literally limitless when you try and think about what you want to do.
Yes. And
so it's just kind of been thinking about it more seriously lately, I guess.
Okay.
As opposed to a passing thought kind of thing.
So you've kind of had this thought off and on for
years.
Years, I'm sure, yeah. And now that there's starting to be some life transitions.
Yeah.
You mentioned age. That's one of those things that you just can't stop.
You really can't.
So I can definitely understand why you'd want to kind of ask yourself, that what do I want to do when I grow up type thing. Even though, you're in your 30s and technically you're grown up.
Right.
But I definitely can see why that would be a challenge. So, moving forward, what do you think? It's clear that you're passionate about animals.
Yeah.
But is there anything about that career specifically that makes you a little bit nervous or apprehensive?
Yeah. Like I guess nervous, but also like the part I would want to do the most, what would be the hardest, is when people bring their like older animals in, and you have to like help them through the process of it is time to say goodbye to your animal, and you don't want to, because I've been through that a couple times, obviously, and it's really hard, but I would like to be able to be there for them, to help them.
Kind of like what you wish maybe that you had when when that was there. You know, I don't know much about the vet field as a whole, so is that something, because it kind of sounds like animal hospice. Is that something that they do?
They have places that you can do animal hospice, but usually when it's like end of life care for an animal, you like want to get to the point to where out of the 7 days of the week, they're still up to the 4 good days and 3 bad, and once we switch to the 4 bad and the 3 good, you want to kind of start looking at it's time to help them instead of let them suffer those last couple days. And that's a hard decision to make. So,
you know, but I kind of like that, help them versus the alternative type sound. So, you know, with all that, have you talked to your husband about this at all?
In passing, a little, you know, because I'm kind of one of those people that has a new passion every once in a while, but this is the one I've kept coming back to, as opposed to letting myself get distracted with other things.
So this is the big passion. And you've had little ones.
You know, but they've always kind of revolved around animals. But, you know, every time I take my animals, like, to the vet, I'm always, like, so chatty with the vet techs there, and what are you doing? Why do you do this? But, you know, and the whole thing about you're getting older and trying to figure out what you want to do, then you have the point of, well, I'm already this old, maybe I should have already figured out what I want to do. So, but it's his life.
A lot of people do go through career changes, and even if you never had a career specifically, you know, this would definitely, I think, be considered a career change. You know, and a lot of people do that later in life. I don't think that there's anything that would, you know, make people look at you sideways if that's what you're. You know.
Oh, always. But
So that sounds like a pretty good thing. What direction are you more leaning?
Like, if I can find the, like, make myself do it type thing. You do have to, before you do it, go and spend, I think it's 20 or 30 hours at a vet clinic, working, like, not really working, interning with them before you can even be accepted to the program. So that's good. That would probably, doing that would help me make a actual decision. As opposed to want to or not.
So what do you think the thing that's most keeping you from jumping into this?
I think mostly it would be my whole life will change for a little bit.
Whole life will change for a little bit.
For a little bit. And then it'll change, but I kind of know, well, not that you ever know, but kind of know which way it would kind of go. But the school 2 years is a lot of unknowns. You know, and then there's always the fear of, what if I can't do it? Or what if I get in there and I'm like, oh no. But I think I like it.
Think you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can definitely keep this going. You know, we can talk about it a little bit more next time if you'd like. So for today, you just give yourself a little bit of stuff to think about, and because I'm sure you haven't done enough of that already.
No.
So
all
right. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thanks so much.
We're out.
Yes.
All right. Let's see if that's actually